Kallie Marie, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do a Dutch braid. Honestly, I learned how to do a Dutch braid on myself, so I'm obviously going to be showing on yourself. But I mentioned it in like my previous video on how I do my bun. So I decided I wanted to do like an in-depth tutorial on like how to do it, and also giving you some like tips on how to do it on yourself. It's pretty much the same doing it on someone else. But anyways, without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing that you're gonna need is obviously hair ties, and it depends on how many braids you're doing. I'm gonna do 2 down the back, so I have 2 hair ties for the, obviously for the end. You're gonna need a hairbrush, and optional is like water, so you can like spray it and like it helps a lot like, with gripping it and like pulling it a little bit tighter. Basically, before I begin, you can do this either tight or loose. I normally prefer tighter if I'm actually doing something, like if I'm going to work out or something like that. But if it's just like for looks, I like it a little bit looser because it gives it a little more natural look. So the first thing that you're going to do is part your hair. So if you're doing just one straight Dutch braid, you don't need to part it, just brush it straight back. But if you're going to do like 2, you need to part it. So I'm going to part it down the center because I'm doing 2. I don't worry too much about it. I just want to try and like make it pretty even and like a nice little part. We're going to part it down like that, and then we're going to part it down the back. So normally what I do for that is I take my finger and just trace a line back and then split the 2 in half. So then we're going to grab one side over here and brush it out. And normally I take a hair tie and just tie that side off, since we're not going to be doing that first. So now that we have 2 pieces, you're just going to brush it out. Like for a Dutch braid, or for most like French braid, Dutch braids, braids that you're adding hair to, I like to start really small and then gradually make the pieces bigger. So we're going to start with a very small piece like so, and then you're going to split it into 3 pieces, hence like this. I'm going to try and show you how I hold it like this. So then we're just going to go, this left side is going to go under, and then you're going to take the other side and put it under. Now, this is where we start adding hair. So when you start to add hair, I recommend starting adding very, very small pieces of hair, about the size of the pieces that are in your hands. So if you look at my hand, my first finger and thumb are holding the piece that I'm about to add to. My first finger and middle finger are like holding the middle piece, and then my hand is holding this last piece. So I can take this hand and add pieces. So what you're gonna do is you're just gonna section off a tiny little piece, add it to these 2 fingers, and you're gonna take the middle piece, which is in your first finger and middle finger, and you're gonna pull it over. So now it looks like that. Now you're gonna put this into your fist and take your first 2 fingers and reach under this middle piece and grab the other one. So you have first 2, these 2, and then that's in your fist. And you're gonna do the same thing but on the other side. So grab a small piece and add it, and then once again take that middle piece that's in between and then grab that other piece. And you're going to repeat this process all the way down. So once again, under, we're going to grab small pieces and add it to the outside and pull them under the centerpiece. And I recommend, as your pieces that are going under get bigger, add bigger pieces to it. And keep in mind that this takes lots of practice. It does not happen overnight, just saying. And to smooth it out, I recommend taking a piece and putting it in your hand and then going through again and just kind of combing through it with those fingers. And a little tip of mine is to leave enough hair so that your braid, you run out of hair right at the bottom or below your ear or at the base of your neck where your hair kind of stops. So that way it's a lot tighter to your head and it looks a lot nicer and neater. So then once you run out of hair, just braid it down, keep going under. Then you're going to take your other hair tie and just tie that off at the bottom. And then you have your braid done. So I'm going to go through this one more time just to really explain, make sure you guys understand. And I'm also going to face that way while I do it so you can see it from a different angle. So once again, start with a small section and divide it into 3 pieces. And then you're going to take the outside, go under, just do once normal. I like to do like that, so I start with this side. And once again, this outside piece in your thumb and first finger, the middle piece in between your first and second finger, and then the third piece in your last 3 like fist fingers. And so then once again, you're just going to add this tiny little piece and add it to that outer piece. And then pull it under the middle piece and then grab the same fingers, just opposite hand, and then do the exact same thing. Add a small little piece, pull it under that middle piece, and then add another piece, and just keep doing that, adding small pieces down the hair. Tie it off. So normally when I finish, I'll pull out a few pieces just at the side, kind of make it a little bit messier, and sometimes I'll pull out these pieces just to make it a tad bit thicker, and then you're all done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment down below if you liked it, or comment down more video suggestions that I could do. Also, don't forget to like it if you did enjoy and if you learned something. And also, don't forget to subscribe. I post videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And click on the little bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time.